Shalom Bracha from Yerushalayim. We have concluded our last video with the Sefer Torah being placed on the Teva. We're ready to read it for the Kahal and discuss the Minhagim regarding how to break up the Parashah, Olim, and how to invite the Ole, and so on. But we'll hold off till our next video because I want to dedicate this video to a person who plays a crucial role in this juncture at the services. And I'm speaking about the Somekh. The Somekh, which means the one who assists, he stands to the left of the Koreh. Koreh being the reader. Our custom is to call him the Koreh, not the Baal Koreh, he's the Koreh. The Koreh stands in the middle. The one who gets the Aliyah stands to his right, and there is a person called the Somekh who stands to his left. What is the role of the Somekh? It's a very, very important role. First of all, he is the one who is interacting with the Mesader. As we mentioned, the Mesader knows how many occasions there are, how many people need aliyot. So besides the first 6 aliyot, which it's pretty much it's predetermined where they begin and where they end, after Shishi until the end of the parasha is where we add the extra aliyot. We call them rakkeh. Now the Mesader knows how many rakkeh is going to be. It's very important information for the Somekh to know because he has to know how to divide up the parasha, he has to know the halachot, where you can stop, the customs, and how to divide up the parashiyot for these rakkahs. And he is the one to inform the reader, when the Oleh comes up, we're going to read until here, we're going to read until there. That's the job of the Somekh, so he has to interact with the Mesader. The second job is to assist the Koreh with the ta'amim, in the event that the Koreh needs assistance or ask for assistance. Not always the case, but sometimes he'll ask to be reminded what are the ta'amim at the beginning of each pasuk, or when is the sof pasuk. This is done through hand signals. It's not done verbally. The Halabi have a unique system of signals which they can convey the ta'amim of every pasuk through these hand signals. We may dedicate a video to describe exactly the system. I know the Egyptians have their own system, a little bit different. The Egyptian Jews and other communities, I'm sure, have. I've seen it by the Ashkenazim as well. Have ways to convey to the reader the ta'amim. That's the job of the Somekh. Thirdly, he has to be very attentive and he has to know his dikduk, because if there's going to be a mistake, he's got to be the first one to catch it and to have the reader go back. Now, I know it's popular sport in Halabi synagogues, and it's a great thing because everybody's paying attention and everybody knows their dikduk, and there's a mistake made and everybody or a lot of people chime in with the correction, which is very nice. However, the reader, hearing voices from all over the place, he may not understand exactly what the mistake was. That's the job of the Somekh, to tell very clearly and quickly what the mistake was and if he has to go back from where. Now the next 2 responsibilities he has, which are related, it's not set in stone that it's his job, but more often than not we'll see the Somekh is the one who does the hashkabot, the prayers for the deceased, and the BeSibbur. The prayers for the deceased on page 289 in Kol Yaakov, Asher each for a man, Asher Hayal for a woman, is said when the Oleh requests this prayer to be said. Generally it's the first year of the person passing, when a relative goes up, or subsequent years, the week of the passing, or on holidays or on good occasions, and actually it could be whenever the Oleh wants to make the prayer. He's permitted to make this prayer, and the Somekh will do it for him. And here we say the name of the person, and our tradition, the name of the person, and the name of the person's mother. There is a special prayer for Hachamim. It's found at the end of the Siddur, HaChochma Ma'ayin Timatzeh, for great Hachamim who serve the community in particular, where when one of the time of the year comes of their passing, we will make this prayer and the whole Kahal be asked to stand. Following the Hashkavot, the Somekh will do a BeSibbur. BeSibbur basically is when the one who gets Aliyah wants to donate to the synagogue or to any community organizations. And the Nosach is not printed in the book, but we say, BeSibbur Abotenu Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov, he who blessed our forefathers Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov, he will bless the good name of, and he'll say his name, Shemit Nadev, who donates X, and then he'll bless him. Bless him with long happy and healthy life, and then he'll say Lehaye and Abib, Lehaye Imo, and life of his parents, his spouse, his children, siblings. And that's the nosah of the Mishin Berach. Now, it's very, very important that the Somekh knows the details of the person who went up to the Sefer. Like I said before, it's important for a BeSibbur to know the details of who's going up, and if he should tell the Somekh, in case the Somekh doesn't know the name of the person and his family status, so that there's no awkwardness. So first of all, he has to know his name, because if it's a guest, it's one thing, but if he's a person who comes to the knis for 50 years, he's praying and he's left to ask his name, it's a little embarrassing. So it's important for the Somekh to know the kahal just as much as the BeSibbur knows the kahal, and even more, because he has to know parents, siblings, is he married, does he have children, so that when he blesses him appropriately and there's no awkward moments. In addition, he has to know his name. In Ashkenazi communities, they'll say the name and the name of their father, Yosef ben Shlomo, and that's it. That's not our custom. We can mention the name of the father. We can say Yosef Shlomo Harari or Yosef ben Shlomo. That's fine. But we also make sure to say the family name, and not only the family name that's known, we also include the nickname of the family. As you know, many Halabiya families have two names, one that's used and one that is called the libit, the nickname of the family. Sometimes the nickname became the primary name and the main family name is the one that's not used. Regardless, both have to be mentioned when they go up to the Sefer. It's an old tradition of the Halabi community, because we do take great pride in our families. So if we say the name, let's say, we'll say Dwek, maybe Dwek Kassar, Dwek Kassab, Dwek Khalusi, or Dwek without a libit. You'll say Kabaso ben Yahya, you'll say, of course, we know the famous Tawil, Me'aliyah Kohen, Khodari Abud, Mami Dabbah, Levi Hoha. I mean, there's almost most families, Hidayah Abdul Wahid, most families have nicknames, and we have to know, the Somekh has to know the name, and he has to say the name. And it's very, very important that we do the Mishberach properly. And if the Somekh doesn't know very well the family names and the libit of those families, let him do his research. Let him come prepared to the synagogue. It's always much more, a much better experience for the oleh if these details are being paid attention to. Kol Tuv, Shana Tova, Morechet, Iskul, Shanim Rabot, Ne'imot, V'Tovot.